Towards the end of last year, Theresa May, along with the government, were about to embark on 5 days of debate regarding her withdrawal agreement, with the debates culminating in the Parliament voting for or against her withdrawal agreement for the first time. If you recall, she in the end decided on the closing day to withdraw the opportunity to vote for it. What you might not recall, however, is what was going on elsewhere during this time frame, and why those days were specifically chosen. December the 11th, the day the UK quietly signed the Migrant Compact without the majority of the public even knowing it existed. And since December, funnily enough, since that Migrant Compact was signed, the English Channel was seeing a steady flow of migrants who are in no certain terms being intercepted, regardless of what the media will have you believe, but instead they're spotted and then they're transported or escorted, depending on their mode of transportation. The 15th of September, the border force supposedly intercepted 41 on 4 boats. On the 16th, they intercepted, quote unquote, a further 29, and as of today, the 22nd, they intercepted, quote unquote, another 8. And this has been going on and on and on and on for months. The Home Office confirmed they were picked up at 12 o'clock on Saturday from a small boat travelling on the St Margaret's Bay. The group, who presented themselves as Afghan and Iranian nationals, were medically assessed and are now being interviewed by immigration officials. At least 1,500 people, including more than 100 children, have now crossed the channel since the 3rd of November 2018. A spokesperson said crossing the channel in a small boat is a huge risk. The criminal gangs who perpetrate this are ruthless and do not care about the loss of life. Every story is exactly the same. It's just a copy and paste of the one that came before it. The usual shit about where they insist they're from, followed up by some official insisting that it's dangerous, and then they blame the so-called people smugglers to justify how they've managed to find themselves with life jackets on a boat. Days gone by since that narrative was even remotely believable. You'd think that some of them would have been caught by now, but they never seem to get caught. These mysterious people smugglers, people traffickers. When it says here that 1,500 people plus, including more than 100 children, have now crossed the channel, that doesn't mean that they crossed the channel on their own. They got about halfway and then were quote unquote intercepted and then were taken here. And out of that 1,500, how many have been returned back? Well, I noticed they don't fill you in with that little bit of information. Funny that. It just goes to show that despite the fact these people have illegal intentions, they are illegally crossing the channel, they're not being sent back, or at least a good portion of them are not being sent back. From this little article here, there's one thing that's missing, that seems to be missing in each and every single one of these articles whenever they come out. Where is Boris Johnson? Where is Sajid Javid? Where is Priti Patel? Where is some government official coming out right and telling these people to stop coming here? All very well and good to talk about equipment that you've deployed to detect migrant activity, but from where we're all sat, when it seems that you are using said equipment to detect people crossing the channel illegally, and then you go and meet them and you take them here yourselves. For the border force cutters patrolling the channel, what good are they? Are they supposed to be there to put people off the idea? Are they supposed to be there to create a sense of fear in these migrants? Put them off the idea completely? Make them second guess? Make them think again? Make them turn back? They know themselves that if they're spotted by these border force cutters, they're just going to be taken over here anyway. And when they arrive here, they're not penalised or charged with any crime. Oh no. They're interviewed and processed. And there's probably a high chance that they'll end up being treated the same way as a refugee would be treated. Because it goes back to the old cliche, the old conflations. The refugees and migrants, one and the same now, are they not? This whole narrative is a fucking joke. The government could put their foot down right now. They could say publicly that if any more come over here, they will be sent right back. That would really put the so-called people smugglers out of a job pretty quickly, would it not? You wouldn't buy a bit of gear off a drug dealer if he had a reputation for selling cat crap. And I don't think migrants would part with their cash to a people smuggler if there was a high probability of them being sent right back to where they started again. And even if they did decide to take the gamble, they'd run out of money pretty quickly. But instead of that, they're taking over here, effectively aiding the so-called smugglers. What a joke. Whole thing is a fucking joke. Peace.